One Diaz. Little Caesar.
Queen Bee. That's me.
Check it. Yo, I be buying V's, so all my girls be eyeing C's. Coming backstage, dying to get pleased. You got me, I rock the Versace.
Alright, what's good, everybody? This your boy T-Brad, and we are back with another episode of Beats Talk.
Yo, what's good, y'all? Just Jill checking in. Number 4. Wow.
Episode 4. All right. Now, today we got a special guest in the building.
Oh, a special guest. What's his name?
Photographer, producer, playwright, entrepreneur, mogul, Dexter Davis.
What up, Dexter?
What's up? How y'all doing?
Pretty good. Lucky to have you in the building today. Now, before we get into speaking with Dexter, let's get right into the show.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
All right, now, Jill, how was your week? My
week is all right. I'm probably going to quit my job in the next couple of weeks, but yeah, it's pretty good. Other than that, it's been pretty slow. Nothing really happened. Apparently somebody else is the president now. I don't know what his name is.
You're going to quit your job. Why?
Because I'm not. They just added some more people. They hired some more people, and it's cutting into my money.
The delivery job? Mm-hmm. I thought you said that was a good money job.
It was until they started putting two and three drivers on the same shift, and then I had to split the tips. So I'm just about to move on.
Okay, my week was pretty good. Just got over having food poisoning.
Yeah, that was funny.
I was in bed about to fucking die the last few days, in the fetal position.
Yep. Yeah, we
You saw the pictures.
Yeah. Thanks for that. By the way.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Do you want to go ahead and segue into our pet peeves or what?
Take us away with your pet peeve of the week.
Yeah. My pet peeve of the week is, well, you guys know I'm a delivery driver. I've been looking for a job in my field. I got a computer science degree out of college. So my pet peeve of the week is the whole interview process with jobs. When I first graduated from school, I had an interview with a pretty well-known tech company. I'm not gonna put their name out there like that, but I ended up getting about 3 or 4 interviews with them. Had an interview on site, thinking I'm gonna get the job, and I didn't get the job. Since then, for the last year, going on year and a half, all the different tech jobs and interviews I've been on, the process is just so long. It literally takes like 4 weeks to find out if you have a job. And if you're unemployed and you're not working for 4 weeks, that pretty much means you're gonna be broke. So that's pretty much my pet peeve of the week. I hate this whole interview process. I'm going through one right now with 2 jobs, and it's just it take forever to get back. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. Like, these folks think, like, I don't know. I guess these folks think that I'm just out here. I don't know. I hate it. I don't see why it takes 2 weeks to figure out if you're going to hire somebody. It makes no sense to me. I feel like you should already know who you're going to hire. Then if you want to do a second interview, you bring back like 3 or 4 people. I'm just like, look, stop dragging the process along. Like, just let us know. And then a lot of companies are really bad with not communicating with you after the fact. Like, if you didn't get the job, you won't get an email back until like a month and a half later. It's horrible.
Sorry, we didn't hire you.
Yeah. It'll be like a month and a half later. I'm like, well, dang. I'm glad I wasn't, I'm glad I didn't need, or I'm glad I'm working somewhere else, because if I wasn't working, I'd probably be dead or homeless, or my car be repoed or something like that. It's ridiculous. But yeah, that's my pet peeve of the week. I hate the whole interview process, which is why I'm working on, building my own, creating my own, so I won't have to work for anybody else.
Understandable. Okay, now my pet peeve of the week is McDonald's ice cream machine always being down. Like, I cannot fucking deal.
You're so fat.
Like, I swear to God, I go to McDonald's almost every day. It's like 3 or 4 McDonald's on MLK where
That's
I stay.
a problem. Hold up. You go to McDonald's every day? I thought...
I mean, not every day.
Oh,
but...
no. I thought we were... Okay, we'll talk about that later.
The point is, I go to McDonald's and, like, the ice cream machine is always down. I don't get it. Or, like, around 11:30, 12,
That's a sign.
They cut them off to, they say they're supposed to clean them. They're down for cleaning, but I've worked in fast food. You're supposed to turn the shit off, clean it, and turn it back on. They just be too lazy. They don't want to clean it overnight, so they literally keep it down.
That's how I always was in Albany. Also, prayers out to Albany. Everybody affected in that area. I went to school down there. They had a pretty bad tornado. A lot of lives were lost. So I might be heading down there this weekend to do a little bit of community service, a little work down there. But yeah.
Back to my pet peeve.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So anyways, but yeah, like, you could literally write a book on the history of McDonald's ice cream machine being down. It's really depressing. Like, it makes no sense.
I don't even eat McDonald's ice cream.
They got good ass McFlurries.
Yeah, the McFlurries are good. I just haven't eaten sweets in a long time like that. We're going to talk about that. I cannot believe you out here eating You know what? All right. That's fine. All right.
All right, we'll be back with more Beast Talk.
Does anyone out there need custom jewelry, vinyl art, or embroidery work done? If so, contact Audrey Andrews at 706-353-8110 or visit her online via Facebook. Her page can be found by Googling Elaine's Finishing Touches. You won't be disappointed.
All right, everybody, we are back with Dexter Davis to talk about his life, his photography, and his passion. But before we do that, we're going to get into a new segment where we play a little game called Black Card Revoked.
Yeah, nice little icebreaker.
Let's get it.
Yeah, so this game is designed to basically test people's knowledge. It's created to see what black people know. There are supposed to be questions that all black people should know. So before we get into every interview from now on, we're going to just kind of break the ice with this.
Yep.
All right, now, Dexter, the first question. Last time he checked, he was the man of these streets. Now, I'm going to give you 4 answers, and you tell me the right one. A, Young Jeezy.
That's Jeezy.
Okay, yeah, you got that. Okay.
All right. Big Jeezy fan.
All right. Next question.
What does it mean if your ear keeps itching? A, you need to wash. B, someone is talking about you. C, you need to see a doctor. D, you're about to fall in love.
D, you're about to fall in love.
Wrong. It means someone's talking about you. Yeah, so that's one of them life questions.
Okay. Next question, Dexter.
Okay.
In what year did Cash Money Records take over? A, 2001, 2002.
99,
B?
2000.
Correct. B, 1999 to 2000.
All right.
All right,
Dexter
all
might
right.
be black. All right, here we go. Who's poor, black, and maybe even ugly, but dear God, they still here? A, Nanny from Lackawanna Blues. B, Pookie from New Jack City. C, Reva from Boys in the Hood. Or D, Celie from The Color Purple.
Celie from The Color Purple.
That's correct. So
All right.
You only
Last
missed one?
question. Got one more. Let's see if we can get this one. What is Mike Jones' phone number? A,
281-330-8004.
All right, yep, you got that one.
All right, Dexter's definitely black.
All right. Shout out to Dexter. Thank you for playing that. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, now, Dexter, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. So, I personally know you from Athens,
Yeah.
growing up. How did you get into photography?
Yeah, tell us about that. How that passion come about?
Well, as far as photography, I could remember back in the days when me and my homeboys used to go to like parties and stuff like that. My mama had bought me a digital camera, and I would take the camera everywhere to pretty much like capture the moments. We used to be like in Atlanta going to, like teen parties and stuff like that. And I would be the man with the camera, taking all the photos and stuff like that, just capturing the moments and the memories and stuff like that. And I knew, like, during that time, photography was something that I gravitated towards, and I always wanted to, like, document everything that we were doing at that time. So pretty much a few years after we would, take trips to Atlanta and stuff like that, I had went out to college. I had graduated from high school, and I went out to college. And once I got to college, I went to school undecided, and then I kind of declared a major, which was something in the medical field, and that was like respiratory therapy.
I've never even heard. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much like dealing with breathing and stuff like that because I have asthma. So I wanted to take that up, to kind of like look more into it and see how things like came about as far as like people suffering with asthma and stuff like that. So I studied that for a little bit, and I was just pretty much doing it because I had I have asthma, and I knew that you could make some pretty good money in it.
Yeah.
But as time progressed and stuff like that, and I started taking classes and stuff. I wasn't really, satisfied with what I was doing. I didn't really gravitate towards, like wanting to learn more about respiratory therapy and stuff like that. So I kind of had a little reality check with myself and kind of like brainstormed on some things that moved me or what. So I knew that always picking up the camera and messing with the camera and stuff like that was something I gravitated towards. So I did my research on schools and stuff like that, and I looked up Georgia State, Valdosta State, and Georgia Southern. I looked up schools that offered like mass media and stuff like that.
Okay.
And one of my homegirls had came to the house one day, and it was like Thanksgiving break while I was still attending Gordon College. She had came to the house one day, and she was just telling me about the mass media program that they had just pretty much kicked off at Valdosta State, and she was pretty much just like selling me the school because she was like a tour guide for the school and stuff like that, and she was taking up mass media as well. So I did my research on the school, and I knew I wanted to be far away or whatever. And then like with the other schools like Georgia State and Georgia Southern, out of all those schools, Valdosta State was like number one when it came to mass media, and it was like the farthest away from home. So I went down there for a visit, and then I just fell in love with the campus. And then once I got there, I declared my major as mass media, and from there, that's how everything came about as far as me doing photography and video work.
And once you declared that major and started taking those classes, you, I guess, became a lot more interested in school, I would say, because I'm pretty sure before you switched your major, you kind of were like, I don't know if I really want to do this. And then once you got into that and started learning different things, I'm pretty sure it became a lot more exciting.
Yeah, once you're interested in something and you're taking classes on it, it's not
Doesn't seem like you're doing work.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like you're doing work. It's more so of your passion. So once I started taking classes in that particular field, I was fine with it. I mean, even though it was kind of challenging at times, it was still something that, I loved to do. So it was pretty good for the most part.
Okay. Interesting.
Also, I think Terrence wants you to speak up a little bit louder.
My bad.
I don't know. He keeps looking at me, so.
No, I'm saying you need to speak up too.
I'm literally right in front of the mic.
Some of the comments that you say are very low.
Oh, okay.
So
I don't want, if I say them low, that means I don't want them to be heard.
But we can still hear them. It just sounds like you're whispering.
Oh, okay. Anyway. Dexter, I see that you have a bracelet on your wrist. Could you tell us a little bit about that organization that you're a part of?
Oh, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. It's the fraternity that I'm a part of, the greatest fraternity in the world, and we have 10 astute founders that made their dreams become into realities. And we were founded January 5th, 1911 on the campus of Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana. And we're all about achievement in every field of human endeavor.
That boy read the pamphlet, boy.
No, really. You definitely give me the Kappa look. I could when you crossed, I definitely saw you being as a Kappa, either Kappa Alpha, really. It was either or for me. But yeah, I'm glad you did that. You're still active, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm still active.
All right, that's good. Go ahead.
That's really interesting. So, in some of your pictures that I've seen, you have some amazing concepts. Who comes up with those concepts? Is it you, or is it the models, or do you all collaborate on them? How does that come about?
Well, as far as like the concepts and stuff like that, I pretty much come up with the concepts and I pitch my idea to the model or the client that's booking me. I kind of like use my creative control with what I know, and then I'll present that to the client. And if they like what I present to them, they'll go forward with the thing that I presented to them, as far as like the creative direction that I present to them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, who's some of the most interesting or amazing people that you've worked with thus far?
It's a lot of people that I worked with. I worked with Interscope Records. I did some behind the scenes work for them. on the set of Dreezy and Gucci Mane's video.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. You gonna ride?
Yeah,
I
that
love
right
that
there.
song.
Yeah, that's pretty dope right there. I did like 3 commercials for Bevel Blade. I worked on 3 commercials for Bevel Blade. It's a black-owned company
Yes,
too.
it is. Tristan Walker. Shout out to them.
Yeah, those people over there are pretty cool.
Do you use the bevel?
Nah, I don't use the bevel, but you know, I don't even cut myself up. But
They got a clipper now too, a trimmer.
yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm.
And I did some behind the work stuff for Reebok too. And what else I done did? Oh yeah, I did some stuff. I went to New York Fashion Week in September, and I had the opportunity to shoot for Jason Derulo and the Level 13 brand.
Okay.
Yeah, me and my homeboy Anton Martin, we did that. Director A. Martin. Yeah, he presented me with that opportunity right there, and we went up there to New York for a few days, and we shot with Level 13 and Jason Derulo. It was a pretty cool experience too.
New York is an amazing city.
Yeah. And I did some stuff with like London on the Track. This upcoming star, Kayla Brianna, she should be dropping her EP soon. And I did some stuff with Yes Jules too. She's pretty big.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what's up. So if you could work with any celebrity, athlete, anybody, if you could pick anybody in the industry to work with, who would you envision yourself maybe 5 years from now doing a photo shoot with or collaborating on some type of creative design with?
As far as creativity, I would like to work with 3 Stacks, Andre 3000.
That's a good choice.
As far as creativity. Oh yeah, and Kanye as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Kanye.
Okay.
All right, those are some good choices. So we'll be right back with more from Dexter Davis. All right, we are back with more from Dexter Davis. So who's been your biggest influence so far?
My biggest influence so far has been my homeboy and good friend Cam Kirk. His Instagram name is The Cam Kirk. And Jonathan Mannion, he's a legendary photographer that has done everything from the Reasonable Doubt album cover to DMX's album cover to the latest work you've seen. He's pretty much shot for everybody in the industry, anybody you can name.
Okay, cool.
Aaliyah, everybody.
Okay, so now this is just coming from somebody who doesn't know that much about photography. I feel like, I don't know, maybe is it the camera that makes the picture or is it the person behind the camera?
Nah, it's the person behind the camera that makes the picture, because just because you have, the best camera in the world doesn't mean that your images are going to come out and look that great. You have to know what you're doing as far as like the settings on the camera, the direction you give the model, the shot composition as far as like framing up the shot and things like that. And then as far as like the focusing and all that. So it's a number of factors that goes into creating a good photograph.
What's your favorite type of camera to use?
And what's your favorite type of lens?
My favorite camera would be the Canon 5D Mark III.
That sounds expensive.
And my favorite lens would be the Sigma 35mm Art 1.4.
Yep, that sounds
lens.
more expensive.
Yeah.
No Kodaks.
I have a few other cameras that I like as well though. But these are film cameras that I like too. Mm-hmm. The film cameras that I've did a lot of my projects with were the Pentax K1000 35mm film camera and the Yashica T4 3.5 film camera.
So for those who don't know, like myself, what's the difference between what is a film camera? What's a film camera? What's a non-film camera?
Okay, a film camera is a camera that requires film, and film is, what they used back in the old days. It's not megapixels. Mm-hmm. It's actual film that you have to, process in the dark room, get a changing bag, and do it by hand, and put it in the fix and, turn your negatives into positives. Oh, wow. So pretty much negatives are, you know, once you develop a roll of film or process a roll of film, you get like this little strip back, and then you'll see images on the strips,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll have to take that into the dark room, and you pretty much have to process that. It's a long process. It's kind of hard to elaborate on.
Yeah.
So aren't
But
a lot of studios, photographers, and movie personnel trying to stray away from film because it does take so long in comparison to the modern camera?
But I think it looks better though. Like the film, I guess it depends on the look that you're going for.
yeah, they're trying. I mean, they were trying to stray away from it a while back, but you know, people are trying to bring it back nowadays just to get that film look. But you know, everybody can't really achieve that film look. Some people try to imitate it, you know, doing digital work, and they'll try to like add a little grain to it. But I don't care how much you try to, you know, edit your photos to look like film photos. They'll never look like film photos. Trust me. I don't worked on several film projects, and it's just something about, you know, going in the dark room, burning and dodging your photos, you know, putting them in the chemicals to see like a white piece of paper turn into an image. It's just different, you know, and then the look and the tones are just different on the image as opposed to like doing something digitally.
See, that's something I didn't even know. I thought, because I'm a tech person, I thought everything was digital now. I didn't even know they still use film when it comes to photography. So that's, I mean, I feel like that's a talent right there in itself. If you know how to do all that, then okay, shout out to you. Okay.
Appreciate it.
So what do you use to edit your pictures? Like, what's your favorite software to edit? Because I'm only used to using Paint, so I don't really know.
What?
I don't really know what else you use to edit pictures with.
He didn't even say Photoshop. Oh my God. Oh Jesus.
You funny, bro.
Said Paint.
He took it back, didn't he?
For real.
But as far as the editing software, I use Adobe Lightroom. That's the only software I use to edit my photos.
Okay.
Adobe software. And you know, at first, you know, like any other thing, you're not as good as it, but over time, if you practice enough, and you know, when it comes down to repetition, you'll kind of get the hang of it. So it was all about repetition and studying stuff on YouTube and kind of like looking at the other photographers pretty much to see what they would do to edit their photos and kind of like, you know, switch it up and add my own swag on it to kind of like find my style and what I like to do. So that's what I do when it comes to Lightroom and editing and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
So does it make it easier to edit a picture if the picture is already taken in, let's say, good quality, or if the model is already looking a certain type of way, or if their skin is clear, or is basically I'm asking, is it easier to edit a picture if it's already damn near perfect versus if there's a lot of, you know, work that needs to be done post picture being taken?
Yeah, it's way easier editing a picture that's already, you know, good in camera. You know, once you take the photo in camera and it already looks perfect, you pretty much don't have to really go crazy with the editing because you don't really want to take away from the originality of the photo and make it look fake. So you want to kind of keep the true look of the photo within the work as opposed to over editing the photo to kind of like take away from the image. Yeah, so I think it's easier to edit a photo once it's already captured perfectly inside the camera.
Okay.
As far as like exposure, you know, and the shot composition and stuff like that. So.
Okay. So in episode 3 of Beast Talk featuring Russo, we discussed the picture that we created. I don't know if we said on air that you were the photographer behind the picture, but myself, you, and Jill went down to some
Washington,
bumblefuck
Georgia?
country.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it was in the middle of nowhere, but
KKK land.
Yeah, we went down there and we wanted to create this image that spoke about materialism and all these other things. What was it like taking that picture or that type of picture? What was it like for you? And what was it like for Jill? Like, what was it like going down there and doing that?
It was a pretty cool experience. I know, man, you had discussed a while back about, you know, this particular project that we wanted to create and stuff like that. So once we finally created it, I think it was pretty good. You know, we had to we had to make sure everything was right as far as like the shot composition, the props that you wanted to incorporate in the photo,
Oh yeah, the props was up.
the look on your
The props.
the way that we wanted you to look, and just trying to figure out which props we wanted to keep in the photo, because we had other props in the photo, but we removed them just to make, you know, the image better.
Mm-hmm.
Like they always say, less is more. Sometimes you overdo it, sometimes you don't, and sometimes it's just perfect. So I think we did a pretty good job, you know,
Yeah.
taking that photo, and it was good working with y'all as well.
Is that something, concepts like that, is that something that you would like to add to your portfolio a little bit more?
Yeah, I would like to get into doing more like conceptual photography.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's pretty unique.
I think that type of photography, photography of like nature and stuff like that, I really feel like that like shows like a lot of creativity. Like anybody can, you know, take a picture of a person, but to like take a picture of something that's, you know, I don't know, just
Ever changing.
yeah, like some scenery and something like that. Like I love dope photos like that,
Yeah, that's true.
or things that have like meanings behind them, stuff like that.
Interesting, because we've actually got another picture coming out with Dexter soon.
Yeah, we do have we have another shoot coming up.
Well, we don't want to get into that too much, but we'll be right back with more from Dexter Davis. All right, we are back with more from Dexter Davis. Now, Dex, tell us a little bit about your business, Skrill Davis.
Well, Skrill Davis is the name that I go by, and Skrill Media is the company. What Skrill Media offers is photography work, videography, film photography.
Mm-hmm.
I do family portraits. I've done weddings. I've done all type of things. So, you know, that's what Skrill Media is. Oh yeah, I've even done like short films and stuff like that. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I can
Cool,
produce
cool.
short films and all that because I went to school for mass media, and during my time in undergrad, I had the opportunity of creating my first short film, which was Give or Take. That was the name of the short film, Give or Take. And it was pretty cool. I mean, that was my first time directing and shooting the film. And I had to write the film along with 2 more other people. So that was a pretty cool experience. So that's what Skrill Media offers.
Okay. So, what are your goals, what are your goals for Skrill Media this year?
Well, this year, my goals for Skrill Media is to travel to Colombia and finish this project that I'm working on, which is Instant Vintage. That's the project that I'm working on. And once I complete Instant Vintage, I'll be creating a photography book out of that particular project. And with this photography book, I incorporate digital images and film photography.
Okay.
But it's going to be a section with just digital images and a section with just film photography. Originally, I was going to have just film images in there. But, you know, the price of film is just so expensive. And I kind of wanted to, you know, show my uniqueness by me doing film photos and digital, that I had to incorporate both of them in the book. So that's my goal for, you know, 2017. And I plan on doing the book release party and signing party where I invite all the people out that participated in the book to come, you know, celebrate with me at the event. And
That's what's up.
it should be pretty cool, man. Yeah, so after Colombia, I think I'll pretty much be done with the project. But you never know. Once I get back from Colombia, I may want to shoot some more stuff because, you know, when I travel, I like to kind of like capture the moments while I'm on vacation and stuff like that. And those are the type of things that will be in my photography book as well. And with this photography book, I'm going to use this to kind of like take my brand to the next level and really, you know, show the people in Atlanta and everywhere else like what I can do as far as like photography.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's going to make your brand and your business different from everybody else's, especially in Atlanta, because so many Atlanta photographers are similar in terms of the type of images in which they take? What's going to make your brand and your photography specifically stand out?
Well, if you ever want to do business with Skrill Davis, I have a variety of things that I can offer you. I mean, I know some people come to me and they ask me to shoot them with strictly film. Not too many people can shoot strictly film.
Mm-hmm.
And some people come to me and ask me for digital photos. And I mean, a lot of people shoot digital photos, but a lot of people don't shoot film, so I can do that. I can do conceptual photography. I can do good portraits. I can work good with people. I do family portraits. I do videos, wedding videos. I pretty much mastered all that type of stuff. So that's what pretty much would set me apart from other people in Atlanta and everywhere else, because I have so many talents within the business already. So
I definitely think that film definitely separates
that's
you.
what I can offer. Yeah.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, a lot of
That's
people
what's
don't
up.
think
So with us, Beast Talk being a black show, we want to get into a little more black issues as far as photography. Like, what are some of the challenges and or adversities that you face being a black photographer?
Challenges that I face while being a black photographer.
that. Have you faced
Yeah,
it?
or have you faced any at all yet?
I mean, I wouldn't say I've faced any, but it's kind of hard, reaching out to other demographics for them to, come do business with me because I'm a black person. They'll usually go to the people of the same race as them to do business with them, even though the quality isn't the same as mine. But, it's just about, I guess, me not shooting so many white people, sort of say. So it's kind of hard for me to get that white crowd to come, do business with Skrill Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's an obstacle I face.
I will say that in your photography that I noticed that you do use a lot of brown skinned girls or dark skinned girls, and
Yeah,
a lot of
chocolate love.
a lot of chocolate women. So in photography, in the modeling world especially, there's a lot of colorism going on to where a lot of light skinned girls get favoritism, or people don't want to work with dark skinned girls.
I love them. I love dark skinned girls.
I like that you use that. So I guess the final question would be, how does your photography encompass black life, or how do you plan on having your future photography incorporate black life?
Well, as far as the future and my photography with black life, well, one of my favorite photographers is James Vanderzee, and pretty much what he did, he came up in the Harlem Renaissance era, and pretty much what he did was he captured, the black beauty during that particular time frame, and that's something that I would like to do as far as my photography and stuff like that. I would like to pretty much capture the originality and the black beauty within the world today, as he did back during the Harlem Renaissance time. So I pretty much like to do what he did, but during a different time frame.
Okay. So how can the people reach you? How can they contact you if they
yeah.
want to do work? How can people get in touch with you?
Throw out all the handles. Let 'em have it.
Well, if you would like to reach me, you can connect with me on IG, Instagram, at Skrill Davis, SkrillDavis. And you can email me at skrillmedia@gmail.com. Or you can reach out to my manager, I Am Young Tycoon, as well, and he will be sure to take care of you.
Do you have a website?
Yes, my website is skrillmedia.com.
Okay.
And be looking out for the Instant Vintage project in the near future. I should be completing it pretty soon. So by the end of this year or early 2018, we will be having a book signing party and book release party for it. So yeah, be on the lookout for that.
Hey, that's what's up.
Okay. Well, it's been a pleasure interviewing you, man. Having you in the building. We want to thank you for coming out and giving
thank you
us
for working with us.
Yeah, thank you for working with us.
Oh yeah, it's much appreciated. Thanks y'all for having me too.
Anytime. Now, we're going to get right into this Black Issue of the Week. Me and Jill will be back. But before we do that, we wanted to get your last opinion on the Black Issue of the Week this week is, what do you feel about white people telling black stories? So you being a photographer and putting your stories through photo, what do you feel about that?
As far as white people telling the black person's story, I don't think a white person can really necessarily tell the black person's story 100% because they haven't experienced it from a black person's perspective, or they just don't really live the lifestyle that we live. I think they should reach out to the people that, or the person that story they're trying to tell, and pretty much kind of get pointers on how to say certain things, or kind of let them tell the story and let the white person kind of pitch it to the next person to put it out on a bigger scale. But as far as them telling our story, I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, me either.
Me either. But, all right, we'll be back with more from Beast Talk. All right, I'm back with my girl, Just Jill, and we are here for the Black Issue of the Week. So, without further ado, Jill, get into the Black Issue of the Week. Black Issue of the Week. Tell me a little bit more about it.
All right, so the Black Issue of the Week has to deal with white people telling black stories. Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea, but it's been done time and time again. I guess I can throw out the most recent example that I just found out about. Orange is the New Black. Apparently that show is a story told by, well, the book was written by a white woman, Piper Chapman or whatever, and basically she tells her experience from jail, from going to jail or whatever, and I guess it's through the eyes of her. So I don't know. Apparently that whole thing, that whole show was like a white person telling, like, not only was she telling her experience, but she was telling like everybody else's, like all the different people that she met, their stories as well. The crazy thing about that show is I didn't even know that, so I didn't even see, I guess, a problem with it. The last season that they had where, who is it that died? What was her name at the end?
Poussey?
Yeah, Poussey. When Poussey was killed by the guard, when he was trying to restrain her and stuff, that was a really tough scene to watch. I didn't see. That's the thing. That's what I didn't even know that this was like a white person's story. Like if this is how she saw or experienced jail and interpreted jail, like to me she did a pretty good job. So I don't know. What is your opinion on white people telling black stories? Because to me that was a positive one. So, well, not positive, but I actually related to it. It wasn't like, it didn't seem forced. I don't know. It seemed a little more authentic to me.
To me, I don't really get the idea of white people telling black stories, because it's like, if you're white and you're
we're interesting, so I can see why they like to do it.
But I'm saying though, if we're interesting, then why not just hire a black person to tell the story?
Because they want the credit.
That's my point. But it's like, so what you're doing is you're taking money from black people, like, for example, what was her name? Rachel
Dolezal?
Yeah, whatever. She was basically telling the story of a black woman getting paid for teaching black classes and doing seminars on the experience of a black woman. So what she's doing is you're taking money from black women's pockets who actually need the money, instead of giving them the ability to earn the money themselves. So now you're not only a perpetrator, but you're a thief.
Yes. White people have been stealing things for many, many years.
And another thing with white people telling black stories is like, if they can't tell the story themselves, like on the other podcast we spoke about living single and
Friends.
They just create they just take the story and turn it into whatever they want it to be.
Turn it into some corny. It'd be corny. Like it'd be so corny. The Friends. I can't believe that. That's so crazy how he just really took that from the Living Single. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even watch Friends, so.
Me neither. I've never seen it, but I heard it. I mean, it was supposed to be like this big show in the 90s or something. But in 1961, there was a book called Black Like Me. It was created by John Howard Griffin. Now, he was a journalist and sociologist. What he did was, he was white. Okay. He went down to the Deep South and Georgia, Alabama, New Orleans, Texas, Louisiana. What he did was he went to the dermatologist and he got his skin pigmented black. So people in the South thought he was black. What he did was he went down there undercover as a black man and wrote about his experiences, his trials, and his tribulations. Now, he turned these essays into a journal, and the journal was basically turned into a book. So what he did was basically just highlight the experiences that black people were going through. So there was a lot of backlash in the journalism world in the 1960s because people thought that this was unethical because he was betraying these black people's trust that he got close to.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people was like, it was good because ultimately he was invited to the White House and he was kind of one of the ushers of social change during that time, along with, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, etc. Okay. So the question is it okay for people to do experiments like this or to tell black stories if they're actually going undercover as a black person? What I don't
see why they need to do that. Why can't you just interview people? Like, why do you have to change your skin color? One, I'm against the blackface thing. Like, why is that even necessary? But I get that. I mean, it was created. I mean, that's how you really, I guess, get an authentic experience from.
But my issue is, why does it take a white person to validate the experience of black people? Yeah, like why? Like, what's the
because they're the majority.
What's the guy that speaks out? He's white. He speaks out on black issues all the time. Tim Wise.
Oh, him.
Like, when black people speak about these issues, it's like, oh, they're playing the race card, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But when you have someone like a Tim Wise come out and speak about it, then it's like,
oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah, like I didn't know. Oh my God, he's telling the truth. Da, 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 da. So I feel like what you're doing is you're negating the black experience when you belittle a black person, but you uplift a white person for basically saying the exact same thing.
Exactly, saying the exact same thing. I mean, it's time and time again, like it happens all over. What was that movie? That horrible movie. I did not watch it. Nina. The Nina movie.
Oh,
apparently
Nina Simone?
the people that created it, that wrote it, like they were all the writers were white. Then they casted Zoe Saldana.
They made her dark skin.
Don't know why they did that. Why they couldn't just find a dark skinned person. But it'd be stuff like that. There was like some Michael Jackson movie they were trying to make in the UK where they were trying to get a white guy to play Michael Jackson. I feel like that is so. That's so disrespectful. Like,
it is. It really is.
It's so disrespectful. Like, I don't care what type of story you're telling. Do not cast somebody white to play somebody black. Like, it doesn't. Go find a black person. Like, it's so many actors in the world. You don't have to do that. Like, it makes no sense. I feel like it's getting. No, it's not getting a little bit better. I feel like it's okay. It's
they
like
have the top 5 trios.
What?
In basketball. I was looking at that just up there.
Oh my god.
How you not gonna have Kobe, Fisher, and Shaq? Though?
Oh my God! Pay attention.
I am. I'm just had to throw that out there.
Yeah, you made me lose my train of thought.
What do you think about Girlfriends being created by Kelsey Grammer, a white guy?
See, now that right there, that's something that makes you stroke your chin. Girlfriends was a good show.
Mm-hmm.
Kelsey Grammer. Do you think Kelsey Grammer did a good job of telling the story of 4 or 5, yeah. 4 different type of black women?
To me, I think the show is good. Don't get me wrong, but when you have a white person telling the experiences of a black person, doesn't it almost come off as racist because they only see us in stereotypical roles?
Slick, because what Joan was a lawyer, or she was a
lawyer, but she was dependent on men. She couldn't be stayed without a man. Yeah. You had Maya, who was ghetto, Tony, who was a gold digger, and Lynn, who was overly sexual. So what he's basically saying is that I see black women in these stereotypical, Aunt Jemima, Sarah Bartman type roles.
Yeah, and then like I said, it was he created a show based off what he saw.
Yeah.
So that's why Girlfriends was a good show, but I feel like Insecure is better because
it's black created.
Yeah, it's black created, and even though the characters kind of resembled, like, they have the same type of traits. Deep when you watch the show and watch like their deep down, like there's different things. Like, even though Molly on Insecure, she's the lawyer, like how I guess Lynn would be, that can't really find a man or isn't dependent on a man or can't really hold down a solid relationship. Molly, she like, I feel like what Issa did in that show, she didn't just put it out there that like Molly just can't find a man. She goes deeper into.
Yeah, she actually does.
Yeah, like,
there's
why
actually episodes dedicated to why she can't find a man, her insecurities, her vulnerabilities, like
stuff like that.
Yeah, she actually gives time to it and doesn't just throw it out there with a blanket and
without any type of explanation. So I feel like, I mean, and that's because she's black, and she probably had friends and people that whoever she got that character from, she really knows her and really knows why she does the things that she does. So that's the difference. That's really the difference to me with white people telling a story and black people telling a story. You get more in depth. The show Blackish, all the writers are black. They are amazing. They get it. Every week they get it. Like
they really do.
They get it.
The funny thing is when black people take back their own stories, and like I remember the first season of Empire, Lee Daniels made a statement about he doesn't hire white writers. He only hires black or Latino or ethnic writers because he wants the story to stay true to the black community or to the multicultural community. When we do that, we catch backlash and say that we're not inclusive of all races.
Well, it's not about them though. That's the thing. Like white people get upset because they feel like they're not included, but y'all are included in everything.
Yeah.
Literally everything. Like, I think I saw a tweet about, white people like, oh, y'all have BET. Y'all literally have every other channel, though. Y'all have E. Y'all have everything. Y'all have ABC. Y'all have Fox. Y'all have everything. Like,
fucking Country Network.
Exactly. Y'all have CMT. Like, come on. Like, let us have something, and let us make it our own. Like, stop trying to infiltrate things that black people trying to create on their own. Like, they stay doing that. They stay trying to take our wave. They stay trying to take everything from the language that we use to the clothes that we wear. Now to the clothes that we wear. Now definitely to the music that we listen to. You say what? Oh, you said the bodies.
The bodies.
Oh, yeah. Even to the way that we look now. Like, white women are obsessed with big boobs and big butts now. I cannot believe that.
Not only that, but I was reading an article about back in the 1950s, like, white women were not going and getting tanned. Like, it was bad to be darker. Now you got white women who are going to get tanned. Yes. Like, now you want to be darker, and black women want to be lighter.
Yes, it's crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. That's interesting. You did bring that up. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like white people know how special and just
white people know how to make money.
Yeah, well,
they make money.
Yeah, they know how to make money, and they know how to, I don't know, I guess take the black talent and just exploit it. They know how to exploit it and just turn it to a whole different magnitude. It's crazy that we really can't have anything. That girl that made that word fleek, that created the word fleek, she never saw $1 from that Vine or nothing like that. To me, I feel like that was her fault as well. It's like somebody should have told her she should have coined that word as soon as like it went viral. But yeah, it'd be stuff like that.
I think that black people should be allowed to tell their stories in the way that they want, how they want, when they want. I think that white people should be nothing more than an ally to the black story.
Yes.
But don't try to take over our story and make money off of it.
Yeah.
And I think that concludes our Black Issue of the Week.
Ladies, do you need quality hair at an affordable price? If so, contact the Bode Collection. The collection has a wide variety of options, from Brazilian hair to Burmese virgin hair. They've got it all. They currently have Brazilian 3-bundle deals starting at $100, all frontals on sale for $99, and closures on sale for $75. The collection can be found on Facebook and IG at Bode Collection. Let me spell that out for you, ladies. At BODAECOLLECTION. Thank you.
All right, everybody, this is your boy T. Brad, and we are back with our Hot Topics of the Week. Just Jill, take us away.
Hot Topics. Yeah, okay, I'm going to start it off with, since we in Atlanta, those Dirty Birds, they going to the Super Bowl, baby. They going to the Super Bowl, baby. I ain't even a Falcons fan.
They do not stand a chance against the Falcons.
Look.
I think us being at different mics is a lot better because we can actually, like, go back and forth like this.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess so, yeah, we can. But the Dirty Birds are back to the Super Bowl. They haven't been in, 20 years?
Since 1998 when they played the Green Bay Packers. No, they played the Broncos. John Elway and Chris Chandler played against each other.
Yeah.
I remember I watched that Super Bowl at a
and we
fish
lost. But I'm glad that the Falcons made it back. Matt Ryan's had one hell of a year.
He'll probably get MVP.
Yeah, he just might. And the only reason Tom Brady won't get it is because he missed 4 games.
Yeah.
But
I still think Tom Brady should win the Super Bowl. He's 9 times out of 10. If he wins, he's going to get Super Bowl MVP. Retire on top. don't go out like fucking Brett Favre or fucking Peyton Manning.
And wait till you're...
Yeah, just
can't,
wait.
you can't.
Didn't Peyton Manning win his?
Yeah, but I think they set that up, honestly.
Probably, yeah. But he still didn't get Super Bowl MVP. I can't remember. I think he did. I don't know.
Nah, Von Miller did, I think.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
got MVP. Yeah.
So, but I think Tom Brady actually had a phenomenal season.
He did.
But Tom Brady still plays like he's like 23, 24.
He really does. It's
because
crazy.
he doesn't get hit. He's got an amazing offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to them.
Yep.
Moving right along with our hot topics of the week, we had an interview last week with YRN's Mango Fu. We want everybody to get out there and check that out. He's an up-and-coming rapper signed to the Migos label. He's doing big things.
Yeah, he is. He's doing big things. So you guys check that interview out. Listen
check out
to
his
him.
mixtape.
Yeah, and check his mixtape out. He got a mixtape coming out called Ear Hustling too. He hasn't released that yet, but he has prior work, Ear Hustling. And check it out. Just give it a listen. It's really not that bad. It's really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Check it out. Who we moving on next to? Oh my God. The inauguration, because again, I don't know. He's not my president. He's y'all's president. They had the inauguration. It was weak as hell.
As fuck.
That's what you get.
It did get 31 million viewers on TV though.
Really?
So no one was there, but people really turned in.
Oh,
it's
wow.
like the second highest rated presidential inauguration of all time, behind Obama's first inauguration.
Oh God.
And I think the only reason why Obama broke the record was because he was black and black people wanted to see him. You know.
Exactly. But it's just pray for the country, y'all, because he's already putting in policies that just are just about to make people's lives a whole lot more difficult. I think he just signed some type of abortion law that pretty much is going to defund all the programs dealing with abortion. So basically, if you used to pay $250 for abortion, you're probably going to have to pay $2,500 now.
Better keep them legs closed. Keep them closed. Strap up one.
Talking about keep them legs closed. Man, he signed that bill surrounded by a whole bunch of men. That really irks my nerves. Like,
I don't understand how men could have an input on abortion. I've never understood that.
I don't understand it either. But again, men have always wanted to tell women what to do.
With their bodies especially.
Since the beginning of time. And I guess there's no changing that right now. But I don't want to talk about him no more. That's it. That's it.
So what about Chrisette Michele performing at the presidential inauguration?
You mean Coonsett Michelle?
Yeah. I feel like, why did you have to go out and get a black person? Especially a black woman at that. And why did she agree?
Because she needed the money.
I did hear that her last album went triple cardboard, so...
Exactly. Like I said, she needed the money.
I don't understand what would possess you to do that, and I really just don't get it. I know Spike Lee spoke out on her.
She has no backbone.
I don't know.
No spine at all. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, there's just people like that that have been selling out like that. Steve Harvey decided to meet with Obama in the urban housing development, him and Ben Carson. Ben
Carson's been sold out. I don't get how you can be from the fucking south side of Chicago, I think it is, or somewhere in Chicago. Your mama beat your ass. I saw the Lifetime movie. And all of a sudden, you're just...
His wife is ugly. I have no comment about Ben Carson. Like, his wife, there's no way he could have been president with his wife looking like that. Like, you cannot come behind Michelle looking like that. I'm sorry.
She looks like a Gertrude.
She looks like a rat. She looks like the rat from Harry Potter movie. The dude that was the rat that could transform into the rat. That's exactly what she looks like.
Well, moving right along. So Chance the Rapper's brother came out as bisexual. In the hip hop world, this is a pretty big deal.
It is a pretty big deal. Kudos to him for staying true to who he is. Kudos for him for identifying as bisexual, because a lot of men,
black men,
a lot of black men in the community, a lot of people don't like recognize men being bisexual. And so for him to come out and say like, I consider myself bisexual, I thought that was a big thing from him. He will get a lot of support, because his brother's Chance, and so there's not going to be any issues. I think that
Chance the Rapper is one of the most likable rappers out nowadays.
Definitely is. He's more likable than Drake.
Yeah, so I feel like people are going to fuck with him. And not only that, but Chance is very close to Kanye, Jay-Z, and Beyonce. Kind of like Frank Ocean was.
Yeah.
So if you have those three right there,
yep,
their support,
exactly. You're
there's
good.
really no one that can touch you.
Exactly. So
speaking of coming out, who else came out this week?
Oh, I love McKinnon. Boy, we been knew that. I've been knew that since going up on a Tuesday because the only club that goes up on a Tuesday is what? The gay club. How you doing? Boy, we been knew you was gay, boy. You was doing hair and stuff. Like, come on now. Come on.
He was doing hair in the
yeah,
video,
he was a hairdresser or something like that. Or that's what he was before, Drake found him or whatever. He dropped that song. So like
Who was it that said that? Was it 50 Cent or Drake? No, 50 Cent or The Game. Somebody said that everybody knew that you were out the closet but yourself. Like
exactly. Like he did that to try to steal Taylor's shine. He up here talking about, oh, now I'm ready to come out. Boy, we been knew you were gay. You had to tell us. And you from I'm just playing. No shade.
Where's he from?
You're from Atlanta, baby.
Oh, I didn't know he was from Atlanta.
Yeah, he's from here.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, moving right along to one of your favorite podcast hosts.
I'm really hurt about this news. Taxstone has been arrested apparently for being involved in a shooting of Troy Ave. And it's really messing with me. To me, I've listened to all of podcasts. All of Taxstone podcasts since day one. And he's been doing great things. He had some things planned for the future that were going to be great. Just different shows, different ideas. The way he interviews the the musical artists and stuff that he has interviewed. Like, he just really gets good interviews out of everyone. I thought he was making a lot of positive moves, a lot of things. He broke a designer. He broke that artist out. He was responsible for that. Let's see. He does work with
big interviews with Meek Mill.
Yeah, he did.
Stuff like
Manola
that.
Rose, Casanova, those artists like that. He's I don't know. He's just done a lot of work. I just feel
like
like
get a picture with Dexter. I just thought about that.
Oh yeah, we did. But
we're with him all the time. We can just get that.
Yeah, we really can. Yeah, just free tax, man. I really hope it's not true. But the charges that they're trying to stick him with, like, I feel like he's gonna do time regardless because he's been to jail 2 times before. I don't know. I just really hope the situation ends up good for him.
Maybe Donald Trump can pardon him.
Yeah, right. That's not gonna happen. Especially if he heard some of the episodes where he's been talking about Trump. So nah, but you were missed, Tax. You're missed. I hope you know that. So yeah. So what's next? Blackish? The
Blackish, yes.
Yeah.
The daughter on Blackish, the oldest daughter, is apparently going to have a spinoff.
Do you think they're going to do it like kind of like a different... What if she goes to HBCU? I think she should go to HBCU.
Oh, that would actually be dope.
That would be so dope if she goes to HBCU and
I don't know how it would work, though, because not that many people watch it. Blackish is an amazing show, but the ratings aren't that high, so I can't imagine them actually want to do it. Because the show's first season brought in 10 million and it's down to like 4 or 5 million.
I think ABC Family's picking up hers though.
Oh,
so
ABC
that'll be
Family?
on so that'll be on.
No, I don't want to.
But ABC Family has good shows. They
I
have
don't
good
want to see an
dramatic shows.
HBCU show on ABC Family.
Why not? They don't have one.
ABC Family
The last black show I used to watch on ABC Family was Lincoln Heights. I loved Lincoln Heights.
Too.
Oh my God, I felt like that was such a great show.
had a show on ABC Family a few years ago. It got canceled. It's called Georgia Rule. With her
yeah, I never watched that.
Me neither.
But if they do a Blackish spinoff with
I would rather it be on ABC, main networks. That way, the lights and the issues that HBCU students go through can be seen. True.
I hope
network.
she goes to I hope if they do it, she do a HBCU.
But then people are really going to be like, okay, now y'all are copying the Cosbys.
So don't nobody care. Like, I don't care. I think I feel like those writers are creative enough to make that work.
I think that'd be dope as fuck because the Cosby was very
and her character
up-tempo
is
and comedic. But then A Different World was very more so like depressing and not depressing, but it was darker. Like it talked about more issues.
Yeah, it did.
Especially when Debbie Allen should be the showrunner for that show. She keeps talking about she wants to bring a different world back for this generation.
I hope they do that. I hope that's the direction that they're going with the Blackish spinoff. Because the character Zoe on the show, she gives you as the show's been going on, like you learn more that she's not as materialistic or as
coonish.
Yeah, as she seems. She has a lot of depth to her. So I feel like maybe she'll choose a HBCU to go to in order to continue to get that black experience and stuff like that. So I hope they do that. I really
Even
do.
if she went to PWI, that might be a good experience as well, showing what it's like for a black student to go to a white university.
True.
Even that would be interesting.
Yeah,
so.
because that people have, I don't know that story, but everybody has their stories from that. I've heard different stories from black students that go to PWIs, but they find themselves, a part of the Black Student Union and stuff like that. And I'm just like, well, why didn't you just go to HBCU? Like, if all you're gonna hang around with is black people anyway, but whatever. Yeah, so that's the spinoff that they're doing. They're remaking White Man Can't Jump with Blake Griffin and I don't know who the other
They
person is.
said that Blake Griffin might not star in it. I don't think he's gonna star in it. He's just gonna be like producing it or something.
Oh, okay, never mind. But I'm not really hype about that one. They could have left that one where it was.
They could have, but they were saying that some of the possible people that might be involved in it would be like Tyrese and Channing Tatum.
Oh, okay. Well, I can see that.
I can't see Tyrese playing a basketball player though. I always see him in like these Four Brothers, Boys in the Hood type, baby boy type roles. True. Like, I don't know.
I definitely see Channing Tatum being the white boy of the movie or whatever.
He's like the token white boy in all the semi-black movies.
He is, really is. I guess they call him first.
Yeah, so we will see how that goes. I feel like not everything needs to be remade.
No, everything doesn't need to be remade. This one they definitely could have left where it was. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
I'm tired of them remaking everything but Friday. Can we get a sequel?
Yeah, they. I feel like the writers and whoever's over in Hollywood, they're not using their brains right now.
People
they're
are just getting complacent.
Yeah, they're not really trying to be creative. But the shows that have been coming out that are, oh man, they've been so good. They have been. Yeah. Let's see. Last thing, or I don't know if this is the last thing that you want to talk about, but there was this huge drug bust in Atlanta the other day. It was $9 million worth of marijuana that they apparently confiscated. So I'm pretty sure that the city's dry right now. Sorry for those people that can't get their medicine. My whole thing on these cops and these big drug busts, I don't know why they're so focused on marijuana. Like, everybody smokes. Like, it's pretty known that most people smoke. So I don't see why they're just pushing this whole it's like the war against marijuana so hard. Like, who cares? They need to be focused on these pills that these folks are on. Like, this prescription pill thing epidemic is out of control. Back home, I see it. I've witnessed like just people that I went to school with that are now like on pills hard, and it's crazy.
Eyes sunk in, teeth yellow, breath stinking. It doesn't make any sense.
Like, it makes no sense. Like, y'all got to stay off of these prescription meds. It's not cool to be popping Xans, Percocets, pain pills, none of that stuff. That not only does it mess you up on the outside, it messes you up on the inside. I've heard that like people that pop perks can't take a shit for like 2 weeks. Like, really, y'all really out here doing that? Like, or they be like, oh well, you just gotta drink a laxative with it. So why would you do that? Like, come on now. Like, why are you messing up your body like that? It messes with your brain chemistry. It messes with everything. Like, leave the pills alone, y'all. Just smoke weed. Just smoke. If you need to do something, don't even smoke tobacco. Like, I don't even advocate for that. Like, I don't smoke tobacco. I don't smoke weed anymore. But if you need to do something, do weed. Like, it's natural. It's from the earth.
Just
like,
eat.
No, don't eat. No, because that's a problem within itself. Obesity. But yeah,
At least you can shit with obesity.
Exactly. I cannot believe people out here popping perks and it's making them can't take a shit. Oh my God, y'all gotta stop doing that. But yeah, that's all I got for the hot topics. You got any more?
What about the women's movement march?
Jesus. So after the inauguration, about 500,000 women came to Washington to march.
And that's just Washington. That's not even over the whole.
What? Because we got stuck in traffic in Atlanta for the people doing it in Atlanta. They pretty much did it in every major city. These folks. What were they protesting?
I think a lot of them were protesting misogyny in the Donald Trump election. It was the first time that I've seen this many white women. Like, in all the pictures and videos that I saw, I could barely see any black women there. Like, I even saw a sign that the black woman who was there was holding up was saying, "Don't forget, white women voted for him."
That's the interesting thing about this protest. I'm trying to figure out if all the women there were women that did not vote for Trump, because, girl, 53% of y'all voted for Trump, so somebody lying.
Somebody is fucking lying. Not only that, but I think that this women's movement or women's march, whatever the fuck it's called, all these feminists were there. I think that once again, it's ignoring the plight of the black woman.
Yep.
Intersectionality is key. You've got all these white women wanting to say, come on, black women, let's get together now for the greater good. But when it comes to Black Lives Matter or black women like Sandra Bland being abused by police, you're nowhere to be found.
Exactly.
She should have just complied. She should have just shut up. But where are you white women at when black women need you?
Exactly.
Feminism was created by white women for white women.
Yep.
So that's a whole other topic within itself.
Yeah,
but
we're gonna do a whole episode on not black feminism, because apparently that's not the term that you're supposed to use. Womenism.
Well,
yes.
a lot of black feminists now have created this subcategory called black feminism, but a lot of black women prefer to be called womanism. But feminism within itself in literature puts down black men, puts down the black family. So it's like, you got all these white women out there protesting, but where were you all at when the black women wanted you to protest for their rights or for Black Lives Matter?
You're sitting down, crossing your legs, and all that.
So you're
other
mad
stuff.
and you're bothered now because you didn't get what you liked and you just want to cry. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Makes none at all.
So again, white women.
I just want to know, like, what is supposed to come from that? Like, they protested the day after inauguration as if he was going to be impeached.
Why weren't they called thugs?
Oh, they weren't violent.
I saw white people
now the
going
protest
ham on a fucking Starbucks.
No, that was on the actual inauguration day. Now on
regardless,
the
nothing happened.
yeah, nothing
like,
happened.
It doesn't make sense.
Well, they was I heard they turned they had the water hose on those folks. I saw some tweets about that. They was like, wow, the police are using water hoses on the protesters. I was like,
better that than guns.
True, but they use water hose. I guess water hoses for the white people, guns for the black folks. We get tased and shot with rubber bullets.
I just don't get how white people want to kumbaya when it's for their agenda, but when it's for, like, a lot of black people really don't care about the inauguration because we've
been living this life.
We've had 43 other racist presidents. We had presidents that owned slaves. Like, It's not nothing new to us. Like, it's like, okay, it's bad, but we've seen worse.
Exactly.
We've had presidents that basically made it legal to lynch black people in broad daylight.
Exactly.
You had presidents that did nothing when 4 little girls get bombed in churches by white people. The white people that did it did not go to jail for 30 years.
Nope.
You got presidents that let it be okay for white people to kick down doors and come inside of houses and murder black people.
Yep.
You got presidents who have let it be basically legal for black people to be lynched from trees in broad daylight. So you want us to care because, there's a president that's out there saying racist stuff and da-da-da-da.
Oh, that he gonna build a wall.
Yeah, it's like, you all haven't given a fuck for 60 years about anything that's affected the black community, but you want us to give a fuck now?
Because he said that he grab your pussy whenever he want to. Girl, please.
If you're going to be down for a cause, be down for every cause that affects any type of minority group. Don't just be down for the cause that affects white women.
For real. Dead ass.
Like, I don't get that.
That's the truth right there. You ain't even lying.
Moving along to the final hot topic. The Oscar nominations came out today.
Oh, joy. Now, Terrence is going to take over this because, he can rattle these facts off like the back of his hand.
Moonlight, Hidden Figures, and Fences were nominated for Best Film.
They're all in the same category?
Yeah. Surprising.
Crap!
I mean,
that's good, but
neither one of them were going to win anyway. It's going to be La La Land. La La Land.
Oh my God, that musical! Yeah. I hate musicals.
La La Land broke the record for most Oscar nominations in a single ceremony with 14. That kind of bothers me because The Color Purple was nominated for 11 nominations and didn't win a single one.
That's crazy.
How the fuck do you get nominated for? They didn't even get a fucking writing, like something. But see, that goes back to our hot topic. You have a white director telling a black story, The Color Purple. But that's a whole other thing.
Yep.
But a lot of people didn't expect Hidden Figures to be nominated for Best Film.
Why not? I just watched it again last night. Like, literally any moment where I feel like I need some type of motivation, I'm going to watch Hidden Figures. It's that good.
I put in the Kelly Rowland motivation song.
I can't deal with you. But, like, anytime that I'm feeling down, like, I pretty much made that decision last night when I watched it again. Anytime that I feel like I need some motivation, or I feel like I'm not doing enough, I'm going to watch. I can't deal with you. I can't deal with this fool. We got 2 separate mics, so now he feeling himself. Hidden Figures is an amazing movie. Moonlight, I watched that the other night. It's an amazing film. I saw on social media that somebody left a comment that was like, This movie's so gay and da 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 da. Girl, it was one gay scene.
It was literally one gay scene on a beach where they were jacking off together.
And it's not about him being gay.
The
it's
movie
about,
doesn't even touch on him being gay.
Yeah, it's not about
his
that.
plight as a black man
Yes.
in a society that does not understand him or want to understand him. It talks about him growing up without a father, so he has his father
really without a father and a mother.
Yeah, like his mother's a crackhead. It doesn't even go into him being gay at all.
It really
like,
doesn't.
He has this gay scene, and then later on, him and the guy meet up again, but they don't do anything together.
Yeah.
He cooks for him, and they just hang out.
Yeah, so
But
it was an interesting movie.
Moonlight was really one of the best films of the year.
Yeah, it really
I don't
was.
think it's gonna win. Denzel Washington was nominated for Best Actor.
And Fences.
Yeah, Fences. A lot of people
He
thought
went
that.
in.
A lot of people thought that he was gonna win more awards leading up to the Oscar, but he's been losing to Ben Affleck's little brother, Casey Affleck, for Manchester by the Sea. It's actually a really good film. It's about a nephew that mother and father, or father dies, so the uncle raises him. Basically, every black person's story.
Yeah, pretty much.
Denzel Washington's probably not going to win.
Damn.
A lot of people were upset that Denzel Washington was not nominated for Best Director again.
Oh yeah, because he directed Fences.
Right, and it got amazing reviews, amazing film, but the Oscars has had.
They don't
want
to see black folks shine.
Right, I think it's only been like 4 black directors ever get nominated for Best Director. I want to say Ava.
What about Straight Outta Compton? Did the dude get nominated for that?
don't
No,
think
the
so.
writers got
Yeah.
nominated for that, and they were white.
Ava got nominated. She's actually nominated again this year for Best Documentary for 13th. The 13th.
Oh, okay.
But she was nominated for Best Director before. I want to
I
say
saw that.
Spike
That was
Lee
good.
one time. And I want to say John Singleton for Boys in the Hood.
He was nominated for it?
I think. But it's only been like 3 or 4 ever.
Dang.
And the guy from 12 Years a Slaves.
Oh yeah. 12, the slave movie.
But Denzel Washington was not nominated for this year as well for Best Director. He should have been nominated for Antoine Fisher
Yep.
and The Great Debaters. So people
Yep.
are kind of like, okay, now every film he directs, he's not going to get a nomination. For Best Actress, for the movie Loving, what's her name? Ruth Negga.
Didn't even see that movie. That movie was in the movies?
Yeah,
Loving?
it's about an interracial whatever. But yeah,
Oh.
she was nominated. And a lot of people are kind of
Viola
upset.
Davis didn't get one?
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
But she's nominated for Best Supporting Actress.
Yeah.
A lot of people are upset because Taraji P. Henson didn't get nominated for Best Actress for Hidden Figures.
She played that.
Right.
She
Apparently,
did that.
she was better than a lot of the people that were nominated. Meryl Streep was nominated. She broke the record for most nominations in a year. I mean,
She
most
always gets
nominations of all
nomination.
time.
I'll give Meryl her
But people are
credit.
saying like some of the roles lately that Meryl Streep is being nominated isn't better than some of the other characters. So she's now kind of taken away from people who are deserving.
Yeah.
People are just kind of giving her that nom
just for
name recognition.
Yeah.
Because people thought that Taraji P. Henson should have been in there.
I think she should have. Yeah, definitely. Taraji killed her role in that movie. It was great.
Now the shoe-in for Best Supporting Actress was Viola Davis.
Yeah.
However, now people are saying she might not win
Dang.
because they threw Octavia Spencer in there for Best Supporting Actress.
They stay doing that.
So now they're going to divide the votes.
Yeah, it's gonna divide the
It's probably
votes.
going to be a white person.
But Octavia Spencer's performance was pretty good in Hidden Figures. It was very, I expected that from her. She killed that role. She was very like the lady, whoever she was supposed to be playing, the supervisor. She acted just like that. And she looked out for her girls, all that stuff like that. I love Octavia Spencer. Ever since The Help and The Shit Pie, I've loved her. I've absolutely loved her and everything that she's done. Yeah, I hate that it's gonna split the votes because Viola Davis killed that scene in Fences when she was like snotting and stuff like that.
She did.
She killed that scene.
If you can snot on scene, you deserve an Oscar.
For real, like that. The way she acts. She did this little game with Ellen on her show when she was like acting out different expressions and stuff like that. And Ellen got every single one of them except for the last one. Like she's that good. It's crazy.
Yep, but that pretty much concludes our hot topics for the week. We will be back with the complicated question of the week. Stay tuned, folks.
Yeet.
All right, everybody, we are back with our final segment of the week, the complicated question. Now, Gio, I'm going to ask you this, and I want you to give me your honest opinion.
Okay.
So the complicated question of the week is, why do black people think they have so many haters?
Because they have no lives or either no business to tend to. It's interesting because something just recently happened in the city. There are 2 girls from my city They're twins that just started this live show called Spill the Tea.
Shout out to Shayla and Kayla. We're gonna have you all on here very soon.
Yeah, yes, girl. Y'all show. At first when I checked it out, I was like, oh my God, what is this ratchetness? Like, oh my God. But when I actually sat down, like I listened to it for a few minutes, that show is so entertaining, and I see why everybody has been tuning in. Basically, they
got
have
like 40,000 views. Like,
yes, it was
on
crazy
on Facebook, and
yes.
I know them. They're funny as shit.
I went to camp. I don't know them like that. I went to camp with them. We went to the same camp at the Boys and Girls Club one summer. And the only reason I knew them was because they were twins, and they have very distinct voices. So like you could tell who they are from anywhere in the room. This show, basically they had a phone number where people could call in and just spill tea on anybody that they wanted to talk about. And a lot of people in the city were really upset, wanting to fight them and stuff like that. First of all, let's just get something straight. People were calling them. So you need to be upset at the person that called their number.
Exactly.
1. 2, you need to be upset at the person that told your business. And 3, I don't know, you shouldn't be fucking with somebody that will call a number like that and just tell your business like that. Like, people talking about, all these people just hating and making up rumors and lies and all that other stuff. I bet a lot of that stuff was true, honestly. I bet a lot of that stuff was true, and people, like, were trying to save face and stuff like that and act like it wasn't true. Look, you just need to pick on, like, if you're going to do your dirt, you need to pick who you're going to do your dirt with and just move different about it. Like, it's not... I don't know. I thought it was entertaining because, like, couldn't nobody call that number and say anything about me? I feel like the only thing I can say about me is Jill. She's super athletic. She always busy. She always got something going on. And she fucked the baddest. So, like, she be with the baddest. And, my resume is pretty clear. Like, can't really say that I got just a whole bunch of ugly people that I used to deal with or anything like, I just don't. I don't have nothing. I don't have any secrets in the closet. I don't have anything like that for people to just, just any type of business. Oh, people, they were calling people talking about people had STDs. Honestly, I felt like that was. Thank you for that needs to be known. Like, these folks out here be lying about their status and stuff like that. That needs to be known. If you got STD and you out here just having sex and just spreading your diseases, you need to be put on blast. Honestly, because that's unsafe. That's unhealthy. Like, nah. I actually I appreciated that little show that they did. That was funny.
The show was hilarious.
It's
it was
very
funny.
entertaining.
Shayla
They are
and
going to
Kayla
get their own.
Yeah, they need their own show. But my issue with black people is, a lot of black women especially are always like, I got so many haters, or I got so many haters, or whenever a black person makes a move, it's like, I got so many haters. And my thing is, maybe people just don't like you.
Yeah, maybe they just don't like you.
It's okay for somebody not to like you.
Yeah, you don't
we don't have to like you.
There's people that don't like me, and I don't care. I don't care because they'll never say anything to me.
But you don't call them a hater.
Yeah, I'm not gonna call them a hater. I mean, it is what it is. You just don't like me. You just don't, That's if I always went on Facebook or something, like, talking about, like, if people weren't supporting my clothing line or something like that, and be like, oh, y'all just hating because I'm out here trying to, get money and stuff. Like, no, I don't care, honestly. Like, if it's not for you, it's not for you.
Yeah.
Point blank period. You move on.
And I think that's something that we as black people need to do.
Yes.
Is stop giving so much attention to those who do not like us and calling them haters. Because when you call somebody a hater, I feel like all you're doing is basically hating on them.
Yeah.
Because I think it's okay for people not to like people.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
If you
it's
don't
opinion.
like somebody, then you don't like them. It's their opinion.
Keep
it moving and call it a day.
Keep it pushing.
Like, I'm not a hater if I don't like you. I just don't like you. Shit.
Hey, keep it pushing.
Your breath might stink.
Yeah.
Your hair might be uneven.
You're sewing. Your tracks might be showing.
Yeah, like, who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I it's whatever. Like, people need to let that go. If people like actually had some business about themselves, they wouldn't have time to focus on like things like that. Like, I'll be so busy to the point where I don't even notice like stuff like that. So if anybody even called my name and put my name out on that show, I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even know because I literally be working too much. Either it's between the podcast, our job, or my workouts. So like I don't have time for that. Exactly. I'm up here trying to build a brand.
Well, everybody, that concludes an episode of Beast Talk, and we want to just shout out to our boy Dexter Davis for being in the studio, and Gio's got some more shout outs, and I'm gonna let Gio finish with the musical talent of the week.
All right, so also shout out to PMG Studios, our engineer. You can hit him up at trendsmusicbiz@gmail.com. So Trends is our engineer. He he's been setting us right for the last few weeks.
Since day one.
Yeah, really since day one, for real. As you can see, the quality has been nothing less but perfect. So shout out to him. Y'all hit him up.
Jill's whispering in the mic.
Anyway, but y'all hit him up for any type of recording, engineering things that you need. Also, our musical talent of the week is up and coming artist from Athens, Georgia, Catch One Baldy. We're just gonna preview his song F-150. So that is our musical talent of the week. What about who else?
That's pretty
John?
much it.
Did we do John?
No, we're gonna put him on next week's show.
Oh, okay, all right. So John gets next week's show. But yeah,
shout out to John Lee, by the way. He's a producer that we're gonna have on next week's show. You can follow him on Instagram or Twitter at JLeeXXIV. Once again, that is JLeeXXIV. But we're gonna have his "Won't Be Back" opening up the show next week.
Yeah, so y'all check out this Catch One. Y'all check out this Catch One verse. It's hot. So yeet, deuces.
In a room full of niggas, I'ma stand out. Too many niggas standing around with their hands out. I told them niggas I was coming for the throne, but to shoot them nigga bones, seen it coming, had it planned out. Hands down, I'm the best nigga, and I ain't never need a green light to take off on the next nigga. Shit, I'm all about a check, nigga, and I could've fucked your bitch when you were gone, no respect, nigga. I got them feeling like Aretha. You do it for your nigga, shit, I do it for my people. Ryan Ram, smoking reefer, me and Rand talking numbers. On the other hand, got the whole world, I'ma keep it. How you ballin' from the bleacher? 4 quarter time up your sneaker, game over for your partner, I'ma leave him. Nigga hard at Queen Latifah. Nigga hard when everybody see him, catch his ass by itself, probably beat him. Fuck that, you bust yours, hit my bust back. And while you bustin', motherfucker, need to watch who you bustin' at. Slick decent, who you bluffin' at. I'm still hollin' more ties every day, the Rico coming back. Bitch, nigga doing jumpin' jack, tryna knock me out the box, I don't beef and I ain't come for that. They got me feeling like a running back. 1 yard goal line, last second, gotta come for that. These niggas say they shot 100 gas. These niggas say they sold 100 packs. These niggas say they got 100 racks. These niggas broken in the fuck, walking to the stove. Nigga, where your money at? A tough nigga. In a clique full of dark niggas. Faggot ass nigga can't route, you a fuck nigga. That's why I never even fuck with you. Still in the hood smoking gas with 202 tough niggas. Nigga, fuck you talking about? Fuck me, nigga, fuck you, nigga. Straight like that, nigga. Still hollering Maltai, free Rico. Yeah. Shout out to Blade, man. And everybody that really fuck with the kid. Yeah, this here fuck you pay me.